Hello everyone, welcome to back my channel. I hope everyone is having a wonderful day. Before starting the video, please go ahead and hit the subscribe button and give this video a thumbs up. Just when we thought Sharon was coping brilliantly with the traumatic ordeals she's been through, comes a young and restless twist that will be so totally triggering that it leaves someone else completely unmoored in the aftermath. Sharon and Nick had, by all accounts, a wonderful trip overseas to visit Noah in London. Of course, we can't be sure because we didn't catch even a glimpse of it, but we're guessing that the corporate barista felt it brought her and her ex closer to a reunion. Reconciliation with Nick has been on the blonde's mind for a while now, even drugged out of her mind on PCP, hallucinatory hugs and smooches were top of mind. We haven't seen them together since their return from London, but Nick has been busy. His first order of business? Teasing his inquisitive sister Victoria with a yarn about him and Sharon eloping overseas. Spoiler alert, next on Nick's agenda is running to the rescue of his other ex-wife, Phyllis. He'll be beyond irritated when he learns that Billy has fired Phyllis whilst she's in such a delicate state. This might be as emotionally compromised as we've ever seen her, and will decide that the remedy for her rambling is to drive her out to the Overlook for some fresh air. What comes next is a twist that will leave the complicated Sharon-Nick-Phyllis dynamic forever changed all over again. You see, at the park overlook, Nick gives Phyllis a shoulder to lean on, quite literally. Cue Sharon, who has high hopes of a reconciliation with said hero, appearing just in time to witness the coveted ex-husband in what appears to be a clinch with her rival-turned-friend, Phyllis. As you can see from the spoiler pics, Sharon is none too pleased about Phyllis seemingly making a play for their mutual ex. This young and restless twist not only teases a rekindled romance for Vic, but could reignite a rivalry and end Sharon and Phyllis' fragile friendship all in one fell swoop. If Sharon reacts as we think she will, Phyllis will be blindsided given for once she wasn't doing anything wrong and left completely unmoored. Not only has she lost her job and Billy's support, but her daughter's gone, her son is keeping her at arm's length, and now she'll have lost Sharon as well. Perhaps it's a very good thing that Phyllis' long-distance bestie, Amanda Sinclair, will return to Genoa City in this very episode. Perfect timing indeed. The Young and the Restless preview. The twist that will leave Sharon fuming and, spoiler, completely unmoored. In Genoa City, secrets are never safe for long, and when they come out, the fallout is explosive. The Young and the Restless is about to drop a bombshell so shocking it will send shockwaves through the lives of several key players. At the heart of the drama, a betrayal that cuts deep, a secret that resurfaces, and a woman who thought she had finally found peace, until now. Sharon's calm is shattered. For the past few months, Sharon Newman has been carving out a new sense of purpose. Between co-managing the coffeehouse and offering her psychological expertise to those in need, Sharon has seemed centered and grounded, something viewers know has often eluded her in the past. But all of that is about to change. In an unexpected twist, a letter from Ray's sister, Celeste Rosales, arrives in Genoa City. Sharon assumes it's just a friendly note checking in, but what she finds inside turns her world upside down. The letter reveals that Ray may have had a child, a son born after a brief separation between him and Sharon, during one of his assignments away from Genoa City. A paternity test was allegedly conducted posthumously and confirms the shocking truth. The mother, a woman Ray had a brief but intense connection with in Miami. And now, the boy's guardian is requesting Sharon's involvement, hoping she might offer the child insight into who his father truly was. Sharon is devastated. Not only does this dredge up fresh grief over Ray's death, but it also makes her question everything about their marriage. Was he hiding this from her? Did he know about the child? The betrayal she feels, even if unintended, is overwhelming. But what truly leaves Sharon fuming isn't Ray's actions. It's what Nick Newman does next. Nick's betrayal cuts deep. Nick Newman, ever the protector, gets wind of the situation and immediately begins doing damage control. Without consulting Sharon, he flies to Miami to assess the situation, wanting to ensure that the child is real and not part of some elaborate scam. What he discovers shocks him. The boy, named Mateo, is the spitting image of Ray. Reserved, insightful, and with a quiet intensity that is almost uncanny. But instead of bringing Sharon into the loop and helping her come to terms with this delicate development, Nick makes a choice that could cost him her trust forever. He offers to quietly handle things for her. Translation: keep Mateo out of Genoa City. Nick sees Sharon spiraling. He remembers the emotional toll Cassie's death took on her, the way Dylan's exit broke her, and how she's barely managed to stay afloat since Ray's death. In his mind, he's protecting her from another emotional catastrophe. But Sharon is no longer the woman who needs to be protected. And when she finds out that Nick tried to manage her grief for her, tried to play gatekeeper to a part of Ray's legacy, she is livid. What makes it worse? She doesn't find out from Nick. Spoiler is completely unmoored. The real twist comes when Faith, Sharon and Nick's daughter, stumbles upon texts on Nick's phone detailing the Miami trip. Faith, who's been trying to find her own path and independence, becomes entangled in the mess in the most unexpected way. She contacts the boy's guardian behind her parents' backs, eager to learn more about the half-brother she didn't know she had, in a way, trying to understand who Ray was too, since she admired him so deeply. But Faith's interference sets off a chain reaction. Mateo is brought to Genoa City under the guise of a vacation visit, and when Sharon walks into Crimson Lights one morning and sees the child face to face, before Nick can explain, everything comes crashing down. The scene is raw, emotional, and beautifully executed. Sharon is speechless at first, staring into the eyes of the boy who could only have come from Ray. Then the dam breaks. The woman who has spent decades rebuilding herself again and again erupts. At Nick, at the universe, at Ray's memory. The cafe falls silent as Sharon, tears in her eyes, demands answers Nick doesn't have and shouts the question she's been asking herself since the letter arrived: why wasn't I enough to be told the truth? But while Sharon is seething with rage, someone else is quietly unraveling. Faith, having brought this secret to light, feels the weight of the consequences. For a girl who has battled her own medical crisis and come out stronger, this emotional weight is too much. She begins withdrawing, cutting off communication, skipping classes, and refusing to speak to either parent. In a gut-wrenching scene, Sharon finds Faith sitting alone in the stables at the ranch, clutching a photo of her and Ray. "I thought I was helping," Faith says softly. "But now I've broken everything." Victor's warning, and Victoria's opportunity. Victor Newman, always quick to intervene in family matters, issues a stern warning to Nick: you don't protect Sharon by controlling her. You do it by standing beside her. It's a rare moment of insight from the mustached mogul, and one that forces Nick to re-evaluate his actions. Meanwhile, Victoria sees an opportunity. With Sharon emotionally rattled and Nick vulnerable, Victoria subtly positions herself as the one in control, offering Sharon a break from Newman Enterprises' adjacent charity board and pushing Nikki to reconsider Sharon's role entirely. It's a quiet power grab masked as concern, but viewers know Victoria rarely does anything without an ulterior motive. Could this set off a renewed rivalry between the women? The town reacts. As word spreads about Mateo's arrival, the town begins to buzz. Mariah and Tessa are shocked but instantly embrace the idea of another potential sibling in the mix, with Tessa even suggesting that Mateo could benefit from some time with their new baby. Sharon, still processing, isn't sure she's ready to let Mateo in, or let anyone else tell her how to feel. Meanwhile, Chance, Ray's former partner, feels a deep sense of guilt. He'd known about Ray's Miami assignment but never questioned what happened there. As a detective, his instincts are sharper than most. Why didn't he dig deeper when Ray returned so quiet, so contemplative? The guilt sends Chance spiraling a bit, opening the door to tension between him and Summer, who is already struggling with her own insecurities about motherhood and her strained relationship with Kyle. A foreshadowing finale. The week ends with a powerful cliffhanger. Sharon, alone in her living room, opens a sealed envelope from the Guardian in Miami, a handwritten letter from Ray, written months before his death, never mailed. In it, Ray confesses that he found out about Mateo only days before he died and was planning to tell Sharon after one last trip to visit the child and confirm things for himself. "I didn't want to hurt you," the letter reads. "But I've learned that keeping the truth can be just as painful as telling it. I hope you'll forgive me." The camera lingers on Sharon's face, torn between rage, sorrow, and an aching love that still hasn't faded. She presses the letter to her chest, sobbing quietly. And for the first time in weeks, she whispers Ray's name out loud. Final thoughts. This stunning twist is classic Y&R, a deeply personal bombshell that tests loyalties, fractures families, and leaves everyone questioning their next move. Sharon's fury is only the beginning. As Faith unravels, Nick scrambles, and Genoa City reacts, one question looms large. Can love survive when the truth arrives too late? Stay tuned. The storm is just beginning. Thanks for watching this video and please subscribe our Update World 24 YouTube channel for more update news.